Alright, so here I have a basic wing setup. This is just to demonstrate some of the final results that you can get out of this wing tool. So on the side here I have just a free feather that is already rigged, and this is the feather that I duplicated over each of the wings. So I did a pretty simple setup, one feather for each side, and as you can see this feather still overrides it. Now I also added some controllers, and what this is this particular feather actually overrides the master so that I can spread the wings apart in individual sections. So whether an animation, that final tweaking on the animation is needed, you can go in and adjust it after it's been done. It's a pretty simple wing setup here. It's a FK. It's been reversed on the opposite side so that moving the wings will have the opposite effect. And as you can see, when you move these wings here, the feathers are automatically adjusting and spreading and thinning out. If I grab a further one up here, so you can clearly see the effects that it's basically very simple. It's just a bunch of constraints all stuck together. Alright, so now if I want to go in here, I have this other controller set up which actually just basically controls the source feathers, and now I can actually go and put bends in. Again, this is very simple. One feather is controlling an entire side, where you can have each layer of independent feathers underneath this section, so you can actually have each independent feather. You can have different layers and different control feathers, but this was basically a setup that was accomplished in under one day, so it was useful. So you have tilt control, you have rotation control, you basically put them where you need them, and each feather being part of a source feather, you can actually scale them down to make them whatever you need them. So you have independent scale of each feather to make them whatever shape and size you need without actually affecting the constraint. So I can make this one bigger here if I wanted. Again, nothing else is affected, it will all follow. This is used because if you notice when I click the mesh, it highlights everything. This is because it's using an instance object. To get into the actual object, you have to hit the up arrow. Now it'll go into each individual object for your selection. Set that back down. And that's pretty much it. This is just an example of what the setup looks like after it's finished. And like any other constraints, the limitations are that if you flip things more than 180, they could potentially explode, but we all shouldn't be doing that anyway. So this allows you to tweak them in post after posing them. There you go. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll be soon putting together a little example tutorial on how to actually set this kind of thing up.